Hello, friends. I am currently working through a bunch of puzzles that were sent to me for my birthday relating to the numbers 413 or 134 or 413. So there's a link to the playlist in the description for all of those puzzles we've done so far. Today, this is Who Would Have Thought by aqjhs. And Matt had a funny comment the other day that having this many birthdays, I'm actually getting pretty old. I think I'm about 40 now. Today, select 4 digits out of the digits 0 to 9 and fill the grid with them such that no digit repeats on any row, column, or box. Ooh. Wow, 0 to 9. We could have a 0. But we need to find 4 different numbers to fill this puzzle with, once each in every box, every row, and every column. But we need to figure out what the 4 numbers are between 0 and 9. We could have like 0, 2, 5, and 7, or we could have anything. Wow, and we'll have to figure out where they go. Digits on an arrow sum to the number on its pill, read from left to right. Okay, so these 2 digits are going to sum to these 2 digits. These 2 digits read from left to right as a 2-digit number. So, I mean, maybe this is 27, and these are 2 digits to sum to 27. Obviously, there will be some options that don't work here. And these 2 digits will sum to be this number. Digits on an, I already read that. Cells marked with a circle contain odd digits. Okay, so this is odd, this is odd, this is odd. This is also an arrow. Wow, I saw this really long line and just assumed there was going to be another rule, but no, this is a really long arrow. Okay, wow, so these 2 digits are going to be a 2-digit number. That is all of these together. Wow, 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 wow. As always, there's a link to the puzzle in the description if you'd like to solve as well as, like I said, a link to the playlist of the other 413 puzzles and a link to a playlist of all the Sudoku-ish puzzles I've solved. There's also a link to a Google form if you'd like to submit a puzzle. There's also a button where you can subscribe to the channel. I'm really close to 2,000 subscribers. That'd be pretty cool. How would we like to get started? Wow. Okay, anything from 0 to 9. Maybe I want to think about like what's the biggest this could be, because this is all contained in one region, so it needs to be 4 different numbers. The biggest this could be would be 8, 9, which would sum to 17. So the biggest digit I want here is a 1. It could be a 0 or a 1. I could have like 0, 9, and then 2 digits that sum to 9. That would be fine. But this is a 0 or a 1 for sure. This, I don't know if I know anything more than that. This, if this was a 1, the biggest this could be would be a 7, but this could still be an 8 or a 9 if this is a 0. So that's not limited. These are not limited. I am definitely using either a 0 or a 1 somewhere. Maybe I want to think about what's the smallest this could be and figure out what this is. All of the digits are going to be added together in the puzzle. At least once, with some repeats. This digit is going to be the same as one of these. This digit can't be this digit or this digit. I also have this, which is interesting. This digit's going to be one of these. I could also think about it like, where is this digit going to go in these boxes? That'll be some good things to think about. Odd numbers also. I do have at least 2 odd numbers. This could be the same as one of those, couldn't it? If this was the same as one of those, it would just go right here. That would be fine. And then in here it would go there or there. That seems okay. I could have, I have at least 2 odd numbers. We'll just say that. Does that tell me anything about the sums here? If this needs to be odd. The ones place is odd, meaning that the total here, I'm going to have an odd number of odd numbers. That's okay. That's something to think about in the future. I think I want to look again at if this is 4 different numbers. What's the smallest possible this could be? This would be a 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe the 1 and 2 go over here, and this is the 3, 4, so that we could have another 1 here and another 1 here. Like if this is a 2 and this is a 1, that would give me as many 1s as possible, I think. This would have to be a 3 at a minimum, and this could be another 2. I think that's the smallest way that would work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17. Okay, so this is also 17 at the smallest, but I need to use one of these 4 digits here. So this wouldn't actually be a valid option, because I would have to get the total using the numbers that I put here. How do I say that? I'm using all 4 numbers in the puzzle on this arrow. So I can't make this 17. I can't write 17 because now I have a 5th number in the puzzle. But this is 17 at the lowest. So there's no way this could be a 0, which is good because, well, I guess that doesn't really matter. This can't be the same number. That's another way of looking at it. I'm spiraling. I'm not, I need to know something here. What did this tell me? This is 17 at a minimum. This is 17 at a maximum. I could think about a total here. It's not really 17 at a minimum though, because 1, 2, 3, 4 as numbers don't work here. I would have to have a 7 somewhere. So this is bigger than 17. This has to be at least a 1. Maybe I could think about what's the biggest this could be. 9, 8, 7, and 6 is already 30. And then adding 9, 8, 7, and 6 again in some amount. I think I could get up to 40. 6, 7, 8, 9. If I'm trying to get the biggest number possible. This is going to be an 8, 9. This is going to be an 8, 9. This would be a 9. This would also be a 9, making this an 8 and this a 9. This could be a 7 and this could be an 8. Biggest possible. 6, 7, 8, 9 is 30, plus another 18 is 48, plus a 7 would be 55, plus 8 would be 63. I could get up to a 6 here, but 63 wouldn't be something I can actually write because I'd be using the numbers 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this is between a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In order to... Yeah. Nothing in the 60s is going to actually be possible. 63 was the maximum, but I'm not using the number 3 in that total, so it would have to drop down a lot in order to get any options there. This is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that help me with anything? What can I do with that? I also know that these 2 digits sum to this. Well, this has to be odd, actually. It's got to be a 1, 3, 5. That actually might be helpful. That I might be able to do something with that. This is an odd number, so I have an odd number of odd numbers here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I have 2 odd numbers in the puzzle, this sum is going to be an even sum. So I'd have to have an odd number of odd numbers here if I have only 2 odd numbers in the puzzle. If these are the only 2 odd numbers in the puzzle, it wouldn't be here, so one of these would have to be odd. I don't know if that's helpful right now. What else could I think about? Am I more limited here than I'm realizing? 2 numbers that sum to this. If this is a 0, that also makes this interesting. I didn't include 0 when I did the lowest possible numbers, actually. Oh, this would actually be like a 0, 1, 2, 3 minimum. Hold on. This could be a 0. This could be another 0. I'm pretty sure I said while I was reading the instructions, I needed to remember that I could use zeros. So now, this I think is actually the minimum. 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Wow. I don't think 0 is an odd number. You can debate in the comments. I don't think I want to include 0 as an odd number. So I think I need to go at least 11, at least 13 here. Wow, 1, 3. What else do I know? If I think about this and this together, this sum is 2 times this. It's thinking about these as 2-digit numbers is interesting because this box is not actually 2 times this. If this was 4, 5, and this was 0, 9, that is a bad example. What if this was 8, 9, and this was 1, 7? That's a better example. This box is not actually 2 times 17 because this, you read it as 17, but this cell has a value of 1 and this cell has a value of 7. This cell doesn't have a value of 10. It has a value of 1. So I can't actually think about this as 2 times this. Unless this is a 0. So, gosh, that's interesting. But I can think about this as being 2 times this or 2 times this. That does work. Can I do something with that? Where did these numbers go in here? This one's going to go here. This one's going to go here. The 2 cell. Huh. I'm not... Oh! Wait, 2 odd numbers together means that this is going to be even. Wait, that does actually tell me something. An odd number plus an odd number is going to make this an even number. This is going to be a 2, 4, 6, 8. It can't actually be... Oh, it could be an 8 because this could be a 0. I could have like 0, 8 and then 3, 5. That would be fine. Well, maybe if 35 is an option here. This is going to be even. What? Oh, so then this digit, this is good. This digit in this region can't go here because of Sudoku and it's not an odd number. So it's going to go here. This is going to be a 2, 4, 6, 8. There's no way this could be a 2 because this would have to be 1 and 1 or 0 and 2. That's not going to work with Sudoku. If this was 4, this would be 1, 3. Is that an option? If this is 1, 3 and this is 4, that might be okay. This is going to have to be 2 odd numbers because I can't use 2 even numbers here. That would give me 3 even numbers in the puzzle, and I know I have not 3. I have 2 odd numbers at least. So I know that this is going to be, these are going to be 2 odd numbers. I'm going to put my own little circles in here. These are odd numbers. I still think I could have only 2 odd numbers. I don't like this actually. Odd number A, odd number B, odd number B, odd number A, odd number B. Yellow would go here. Yellow would go here. Blue would go here. I think that works. Okay. We're making progress. This has to be even. I also know that these 2 digits go here. That's okay. This digit needs to go down here. I'm okay with that. This is odd. Does that mean that this is going to be this digit? I don't think so. This doesn't need to be these 2 odd numbers. Well, it could be. If this is a 0, then these 2 going here to equal this could also be these 2 going here to equal this. Is there another way that works? If not, if I know that these are the same. Okay, here's something. Okay, I know that these are the same. If this is a 1, then this is not a 4, 6, 8. This is a 14, 16, or 18. And if I know that the other 2 numbers in the puzzle sum to be 14, 16, or 18, these 2 numbers couldn't be these 2 numbers. One of them would have to be a 1. Okay, I think I can think about that better. If this was a 1, then one of these would be a 1. Let's just say it's this one. So this digit would have to be one of these 2 digits that plus a 1 equals this, but also plus the other odd digit would equal 14, 16, 18. Are there any options that do that? So like to get 14, two odd numbers could be like 9, 5. To get a 4 here, 1 plus 5 or 1 plus 9 is not going to work. There's no way I could use a 1, 3 and have a 3 plus anything to get 14. If this is 16, in order to get 6, it would have to be 1 and 5. Yeah, this would have to be 11 in one cell in order for any of this to work. So I don't think this can be a 1. I think this has to be a 0. Because I know that these two digits are the same. And for it to be a single cell sum of these two, there's no way I can use the 1. There's no way I can use the same two digits here. And I'm running out of digits in the grid. I only have 4 options. This is going to have to be a 0. I can word it better. I can word it smoother. If this was a 1, then in order for this sum to work, the 1 has to go down here, which means that one of these two cells will have to be 11 in order for the sum to work, and that's not possible. So let's make this a 0, meaning I have a 0, an even number, and 2 odd numbers to choose from. If this is a 4, this is 1, 3. If this is a 6, 1, 5. If this is an 8, 1, 7, or 3, 5. 4 would make this 1, 3. 6 would make it 1, 5. I can't do 3, 3. 8 is going to be 1, 7, or 3, 5. So this is a 1, 3, 5, 7. I don't want to go up to 70 here, but this could be 1, 3, 5, 7, and that's okay. So this digit is going to go here for sure. 0 needs to go in here somewhere. It can't go here because of Sudoku, and it can't go on the arrow here. So this is going to be a 0 for sure. 0 in this region is going to have to go here, and then 0 up here will have to go here. Okay, so I have my zeros placed. Meaning yellow in this box is going to go right here. And this is going to be yellow. If I name this yellow and it has to go in this region somewhere, it can't go here. It's not this digit. This becomes yellow. It needs to go in this region somewhere. It's not a 0, so it goes here, and it has to go in this region somewhere. It can't go here because of Sudoku, so it goes here. Okay, so then the other yellow digit, or the other yellow digit, the other odd digit, let's make this one red. Red needs to go in here somewhere. Can't go in this column, and it's not 0, so it's going to go here. Red needs to go in here somewhere. It's going to go here. Meaning my even digit, the 4, 6, 8, is going to go here. Whoops, I was not typing correctly. 4, 6, 8. Can I figure out what this needs to be? Red and yellow sums to be this, and red and yellow also sums to be this. That's fine. These are 1, 3, 5, 7. This is only 1, 3, 5. This is actually only a 1, 3, 5. If I take 7 out of here, I don't need to take any options out of here because it would have just been a 1, but I still need that. Okay. For this, to get an odd number, I needed an odd number of odd numbers on here. And I do have that. Okay, perfect. What am I working with here? How can I look at this? It's going to have this number twice, this number once, and the 4, 6, 8 twice. It might be better to think about the odd numbers, how this is going to happen. These are going to cancel out to be even. These are going to cancel out to be even. I don't think that's a good thing to think about. I have an odd number for sure. I need to figure out totals. Well, what's the biggest this can be now? Maybe I want to think about that, actually. The biggest this could be would be if these are 8s. This would be 16. Red and yellow would be... Ooh. No matter what this is, it's... Let's just call it green. I have 1, 2. I can get rid of yellow and red and call this green also. Together, both of these together sum to green. So I have 3 green plus red to get this. Is that helpful? Is that just fun, or can I do something with that? This total is 3 green plus red. Can I do something with that? This is 3 times this. This needs to be 3 times this. That's a good way of thinking about it. Plus this again. 3 times 4 is only 12. 3 times 6 is only 18. 3 times 8 is only 24. And plus any of these doesn't bring it to 30. My only option is for this to be a 1. Because it would be in the 20s, but I need this to be an odd number. That's way smaller than I thought. Having 3 zeros, having 3 zeros really brought that down. I do think it's really helpful to think about this like 3 green, since I know that red plus yellow equals green. That's nice. This needs to be a 1. There's no way I can get to 30. There's absolutely no way I can get to 50 anymore. So this is going to be a 1. Meaning yellow won't be 1. Now, to get 4, this would be 1, 3, 1, 5, or 1, 7 for 6 or 8. Okay. 3, 5, 7. That's okay. Now I know that this is only going to be 1 more than 3 times this. So if this is a 4, this would be 13. If this is a 6, this would be 19, which is not possible. If this was 8, 3 times 8 is 24. That's too big. So this has to be a 4, meaning this has to be a 3. Nice. Oh my gosh. That was so much fun. Wow. Once I finally like realized just like, oh, the Sudoku part of it, that these 2 odd numbers are going to be the sum happening here. And then also going through the options for 0 and 1 here, that was really nice. I think the 3 times green probably wasn't necessary, but it helped with the quick math here. Wow. That was really cool to figure out. It took me a long time to get that break in. That was a good challenge. And of course, the 413s in here are great. I should have considered 4, 1, and 3 and 0 from the start. That would have been a good step in the right direction, right? I'm kind of glad I didn't think about it. That would have felt a little cheaty if I was just considering it was going to be 4, 1, and 3. I think it was better to not think about it that way. It was definitely more fun. Wow. This worked out really cool. This worked out really cool. This was really fun. What else? There was something else I wanted to mention about it. I don't know, the 3 times green was pretty neat. Oh, that in order for this to work with the 1 up here and needing one of these to be an 11, and so the sums wouldn't work out either way. The sums wouldn't work out anyways. That was nice as well. This was a really cool puzzle. I really liked this one. Very nice, aqjhs. Let me know how you all did in the comments.